Well, I feel really lucky today because we have an unbelievable recording artist, author, inspirational figure. Jason Derulo is live on the set with us. Thank you for coming today.
Oh, thank you for having me.
Oh my gosh. We're going to talk about your new single, Sexy For Me. Everyone listen to it, stream it, wherever you got to find it. We play it here on Z90.
Yes.
Thank you for coming. I will admit to you that back when I first heard What You Say, I was like, who's Jason Derulo? And everyone says it like that, right? And now you're here in front of me, and I did my homework, and I didn't realize you had written books as well. Yep. In 2023, you come out with a book with 15 rules for the way you should govern your life. I didn't realize what an inspiration you are, and I think maybe most people think of you as just a recording artist. There's so much more to that.
Yeah, I think, we all have our paths and we all have a special light inside of us. And my special light, I believe, is music for sure, but also hard work. I believe one of my biggest, I guess, for lack of a better term, special lights in my life is the fact that I'm able to work harder than the next man and work smarter as well. So I wanted to really take a look at my life and figure out what were the big pillars that made me so successful in music, in business, on social media. And I wheedled it down to 10 specific rules that I feel like can change anyone's life. No matter what it is that you want to do for a living, these rules apply.
Is that intrinsic to you as a person, or is it something that was born out of your experience in trying to get in the music business? Because it is a business where there are no rules specifically written other than hard work.
Facts. I'm a by any means necessary kind of person. So I'm going to make it happen no matter what. When I put my mind to something, I'm just like, it's going to go, or it's there's just no kind of a left or right turn. Like, I'm going for it no matter what. Mm-hmm. And I guess having so many mistakes and having bumped my head so many times, I've been able to kind of look at my life and be like, okay, that was for that reason. That was for that reason. Okay, if I would have did it this way, it would probably been a little smoother. But that's the luxury of being where I am now today. I can take a look back at my life. And if I was talking to my son, I would be like, you shouldn't do that. You shouldn't do that. You shouldn't do that. And be speaking from a place of knowledge as opposed to, trying everything for the first time.
What do you think is the percentage of chance that they would listen to you?
My son, very little chance. It's crazy how that works. Right. But hopefully a lot of people will be inspired by the book. And I never thought that I would have a bestseller, but Sing Your Name Out Loud is a bestseller, and a lot of people come up to me and say either the book has changed their life or has changed the life of their kids.
Yeah, we want everyone go to Amazon, buy this book, Sing Your Name Out Loud, 15 Rules for Living Your Dream.
What are some bumps in the road that you faced, and how did you overcome them?
Oh, I had so many. I broke my neck in 2013. I was preparing for my world tour, and I slipped during the back tuck, and I broke my C2 vertebrae, and it was a hangman's break. So it could have went either way. I could have not been here anymore.
Did you know immediately?
Whoa.
I knew immediately something was gravely wrong, for sure.
Yeah.
Because I had never felt a rush of blood like that before.
Oh my God.
What are you in your head?
In my neck.
In your neck. So you felt it all.
Yeah, it just instantly got hot.
Oh.
Just like,
and you're like, oh.
You're like, oh, okay, this is serious.
Yeah. So like, I mean, and then I heard a crack as well. That the crack wasn't a good sound either. So I knew I had hurt myself. I went through a period where it was like 7 months of my life where I couldn't tie my own shoe. I couldn't shower myself. I couldn't do all these things myself. And I think it's easy to fall into like, poor me. But what I did was I went back to the basics and I set a routine for myself. So I did the same thing every single day. Woke up in the morning. I walked a bit. I tried to have something to eat, something very similar. Then I went to the studio at the same time every day, and every single day was a routine, the same thing. And then when I looked up, I had written the most successful album I had ever had. 6 platinum songs off that one album, and it was during the darkest period of my life.
Wow.
So I say that to say routine is really important. When I go back to my highest highs in my life, it's always been because of a routine. Even during the pandemic, like I fell into a routine. I was like, I'm gonna post 6 times a day, no matter what. And I had a very similar day every single day during the pandemic. And then I became one of the most followed people on planet Earth.
Oh, yeah. I started seeing that pop up all the time, and I thought it was just my feed. And Edina's like, oh, no, that's everyone's feed. Yes, it's
Jason everywhere.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's it's funny when I have an 8-year-old daughter, whenever I talk to her to try and explain how you got to get your reps, the only analogy I can ever find is, well, did you ever play a video game the first time you're really good at it? No. How many times did it take till you could just fly through it? Yep. A lot. I'm like, that's life. Your whole life is that.
For sure.
Yeah.
For sure. Yeah. Same thing for with my son. I'm like there's like some drills that we'll go through, right? And like at the beginning, he's like, I can't do this. I say, we never say can't. We never say you can do it, and you will do it. We just have to do it more. We have to do it more times.
Do you find yourself, having worked as hard as you did, really struggling sometimes to not make that path so easy for him because you could?
Yeah, that's the biggest thing for me.
Sure.
Yeah.
I'm trying to find the struggles for him.
Yeah.
Because, I didn't have he has a rabbit. And I was like, growing up, I ain't have a rabbit, a dog, nothing. We would just try to steal somebody else's stray dog. We had a possum in the back one time. It was in the shed. We'd feed it cheese.
Oh my God.
Did you really?
That's so crazy.
Did it have a name?
No.
Just the neighborhood
Yeah,
possum?
just the neighborhood
There he
possum.
is. He's just sitting there like, where's my cheese, man? Come
Yeah,
on.
and now my son has a bunny. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I want to create the struggle for him.
Sure, but there's a new single from Jason Derulo.
I'm glad you mind, 'cause
It's Sexy for Me by Jason Derulo. When you start writing this album, you start writing this music, and it's The Last Dance Part 1. Why pick a name that sounds final when it's a 2-part, and what is that? How does that all play together? I'm interested in that thought process.
Yeah, so the first half, I wanted it to be a celebration of where I've been. I've had an amazing, illustrious journey, and have sold 250 million records across the world, and have been very blessed. So I wanted to pay homage to where I've been, because there's so many people that have so many different tastes.
Mm-hmm.
Right? Somebody's going to like what it is that you're doing, as long as that you're keeping your head down, you're putting your best foot forward, and you're slowly grinding out, getting one fan or follower at a time. And it just all of a sudden snowballs.
And next thing you know, you've got 30, I think it's bajillion is the number, TikTok followers.
Seriously?
I read it. I was like, oh, bajillion. I've not seen that number before. It's up there. You're the Elon Musk followers of TikTok. It's amazing. Did you expect that kind of growth? Did you kind of in a way go, I feel like I'm going to have this kind of growth on social media? Because I feel like the path that you took was the timing was so right, because people needed a place to just relax and enjoy something for a second. There's no agenda. It's just be happy. Just enjoy this.
No, I did not expect that. I would be insane to have expected that kind of explosion, because I was getting 1 million followers every 2-3 days. Like it was like an insane amount. I was getting about 1 billion views every week. So like it was like a really, really large influx of people. The whole idea of the whole thing was like, I'm gonna finally figure out social media. I had sold all of these records, and people couldn't connect my name to the songs. And I was like, if I can just crack social media, then I feel like people will be able to connect the dots a little better. So I was like, okay, I'm gonna do a routine, and I'm gonna follow every single day. I'm gonna post 6 times a day. Then I'm gonna finally figure out what makes them like a post, what makes them dislike a post, what makes them stay longer, what makes them tick, for lack of a better term. And then I finally cracked the code.
We're talking to Jason Derulo, by the way. Is a new single out called Sexy for Me. I'll give you an analogy. This is a weird road I'm going down, so just follow me.
Okay.
The other day I was running late getting home, and I had to go pee. So I pull off the freeway, and I'm like walking through a McDonald's just to use the restroom. I thought, this is great, because nobody knows who I am. No one's paying attention to me. But if I were a Jason Derulo, and I've got a single-minded focus, and I just want to not be recognized for once in my life, because it's not convenient. Is that something you have to manage in your life? Is something I never ever think about. I don't worry about where I'm going ever.
It is something I have to manage, and things happen sometimes at the most unopportune times. For example, so you can just have gotten off of a flight and have been flying for 14 hours, and before then you had a show. You didn't really have time to get yourself all the way together. You had to take a quick shower, boom, boom, get on the flight. When you wake up, you got some coal in your eyes. You know, you're tired.
Yes.
You're exhausted. You had shows all week. And then as soon as you land, there's like people there waiting to take a photo. And the last thing you want to do is take a photo, not because you don't want to take the photo. It's because you don't look how you want to look.
Yes.
You look crazy. You know what I'm saying? So it's nothing against the people that you want to take a photo with you. You would love to take a photo, but you don't look the way that you want to look.
Yeah.
And you know that photo can end up being passed around the world, and they're like, "What the hell happened to him?"
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
I don't think people take that into account a lot of times when you see like a celebrity, like they're being a little rude, like, why didn't they just take the photo? Maybe take a deeper look at the whole situation.
We talk about this a lot too. The people that hang out that don't really want your photo or autograph because they're going to sell it on eBay in a minute, but they're there every week. And the one time you go, hey, not today. Like Russell Crowe came out of a hotel and said, I'm going to sign this stuff, but be orderly. And everyone was giving him a hard time. I said, look, it's the same 6 people trying to sell stuff. They probably ask him to sign an eBay winner, so they can sell it. Do you go through that and see that?
Yes. And I have been wrong as well. And like I call them eBayers. Like the ones that it's just like, you don't look like you know my song.
It's like, what are you signing this? It's like a 50-year-old guy, like pot-belly guy, like wearing Crocs.
I don't know.
Hey, thank you for coming here and doing this.